Hello, my name is George DeLorme. I'm the owner of Truck Driver Nation. I'm coming speaking with you today about an opportunity that I'm offering to be a remote, it means you get to work from home, truck driver recruiter. Now obviously to understand truck driver recruiter, to be a recruiter you need to understand a little bit about truck driving. I'm going to give it the short and skinny. It's hard, it's rigorous. The pay variables are based off of your freight. The drivers make changes sometimes erratically, sometimes based on they've been dealing with the issue with their carrier for a while. And what we do is we provide them the next opportunity that hopefully will meet their needs and get them in a better position so they can get their home time, get better pay, better equipment, and better freight. That being said, we'll jump right into it. I'm going to explain to you what it is, and if you're interested, then we'll get a hold of me and we will take it from there. Now this position is going to be 100% remote. And by the way, excuse the background. I'm in the Philippines. I haven't made it back to the United States yet, so it's not like I'm setting up for long-term stay. God bless America, but I love the Philippines. It's great people. They take care of you. It's just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But thing is, I love my country. You know how it is. You can reinvent yourself, but you can't reinvent, your culture and who you are. But anyways, excuse me for a second. So what we're going to do, I'm going to just run down the list. Now the reason I did this is because a video makes it a little bit more accessible to those that are actually driving trucks, because truck drivers also recruit truck drivers. And so what we're going to do, we'll start at the beginning. And so this is what we're doing, is we're recruiting Class A truck drivers. And you'll be obviously responsible for include placing drivers and bringing existing drivers as well into the company by helping them access new carriers. And we're at now, at any point I can have a variable of carriers, that's trucking companies, and it can go from 5, 6 carriers up to 20 that you're able to choose from for that particular driver. And what I do is I get their profile and I run it through software that I provide you, and once you get the feedback, it gives you all the specs about how well it's a fit, all the different things that the driver was looking for, and it really helps them out to make a decision for their next upcoming position. And I literally just give it to them. I used to try to, I hate to say salesman, but I'm not a salesman. I'm a truck driver, okay? So I just give it to you, and I give you the facts, and you make your own decisions about what do you think is best for you. I'm not here to manipulate the situation, but I'm going to give you the hardcore facts. If I know information that's going to benefit you, like for example, if I have worked for them, I'll give you what I know on how to manipulate the situation when a carrier is putting the odds not necessarily in your favor. So, and we'll go through that, as far as that's what you'll go with the driver when you actually meet them on the phone, via conference, however you want to interact with your possible candidates. I have plenty of truck driver leads. I have accumulated them over the years. They're friends, family, people I met on the road. So there's always an abundant source of leads. It's just your responsibility to slow down, take one at a time, and find out what they need. So your responsibilities would be generate and manage driver leads throughout the recruitment process, including sourcing, screen interviewing, and processing driver candidates, filter and seek candidates that are in geographical needs, operational needs, and safety requirements. Sell drivers the attractive compensation benefits and overall company offerings. And the reason I put attractive, because I'm not going to go nowhere that I don't feel like I'm on it. And I'm sure not going to go nowhere where I'm not going to be profitable, because that's the whole thing. I'm giving up home time for actual income so I can support the things that I need to support at home. Families, children, help friends, whatever it needs, build an opportunity inside trucking, because you can buy trucks. Okay, qualifications. Just need to be familiar. Being familiar with 10th Street and McLeod and stuff, and like a CRM, a management board, I'll give you all this. And I make videos and I give those to you, so to highlight those points about what's going to be important in your day-to-day activities, not just to help the drivers, but to streamline your activities. Yeah, we want to be proficient and obviously giving them the information, but you also want to be proficient in the time you're spending doing this, because there's a thing called conversion rate. A lot of people get on here and they tell you that they want to go to work and stuff like this, and then different variables might be a factor, whether they show up, they withdraw the application, somebody else is selling them another idea. It's not that it's legitimate, but whatever it was, it must have been spectacular, because I don't just take any carrier. I get the best of the best carriers. I mean, I make sure that they're going to be financially solid and that the driver's not going to have to worry about income. So you got to have outstanding communication and interpersonal skills. Look, get to know these people. These drivers are great people. They work their butts off. You want to talk about one of the hardest working sections of the working community? Truck drivers. Take my word on that. I would learn as much about them as you can. Learn about the industry. I know how hard I worked, even with car hauling or whatever. It was rough. Highly motivated and driven to succeed. That's your your self-worth, I'm assuming, the way I see it. I got to be attention to detail, the ability to multitask and prioritize in a fast-paced environment. This is pretty fast because you got a lot of stuff to do for one driver while you're still helping your other drivers that are needing to get the information and make that decision if this is the carrier that they're going to go to. Ability to multitask. Okay, sorry. Now you got to have, most of these drivers, I'm going to just let you know, they're going to have at least, I got one carrier that'll take 3 months experience, but I usually put 2 years experience. What you're going to be required to have that I don't provide, I used to provide laptops and I still haven't seen any of them come back. So they're either wherever they're at. But the requirements, you need a laptop, internet, and a noise canceling headset. Especially for the drivers that are on the road and people that live in home environments where you got children and stuff, you need to cancel out that background noise. It's hard to do your job, when you're doing that. Now, 100% commission position until you hire 5 drivers. When it comes to hiring the 5 drivers is just to make sure that you're going to stay. Because I'm investing my time, my energy, software, there's finances that's involved on the backside that equivalates to thousands and thousands of dollars per week. These leads are not free. We generate every one of them through paid advertisement and things to that degree. The software, some of them have annual fees, monthly fees, and whatever it is, or by click, So the way I do it, till the 5 drivers. Once you get the 5 drivers, because everybody builds them a team, you're going to want to. That's just the way it is. But what I do is I give you 5% of everything every person in your team does. That's just for basically helping them out. I mean, I'm their main source of getting the knowledge. But thing is, they're going to need day-to-day assistance, and I can't do everybody. I'm on the back end doing all the paperwork, make sure all the applications are being processed efficiently, because we have to make sure that those applications paint a complete picture of that driver's overall background for a 10-year period and a 3-year period, because this is standards that are set up by FMCSA or FMCSR, So anyways, that's the reason I have to, I'm doing a lot on the background that most people don't see. I'm the back office support system, and I'm literally doing it all by myself. I do have one VA, but she ends up getting off on other stuff that I need help with. Otherwise, I'd just be drowning out. I really like looking at the applications, knowing who I'm helping, and making sure if I see anything in there that I can call that driver and say, hey, what about this? Can we close this gap? Because I know this and this. You might have been working for the same carrier on a different route, and for whatever reason, some carriers have got subdivisions inside their carrier, and you can just conglomerate it all into one, because it's still, even though it might not be in the same authority if they're doing something like that, but it ain't no sense in scattering out. It's still the same company. Might as well get that whole work history into one deal. Also, if you the minimum requirement that I require that you do, and if you need a virtual assistant, by the way, for the truck drivers, I can get you a virtual assistant. They'll be out of the Philippines, and they're relatively cheap to help you out. They're roughly going to be for a month. We're talking about a full month of working. They're going to be around $500. That's full-time work, 4 days. Every day of a week for 4 weeks. That's a complete month, and that's $500. I know, crazy, ain't it? But the people, they appreciate the work, they appreciate the income, and that's just the way that kind of goes. And so the deal is, I require that you have to get 5 applications, completed applications submitted per week, and at least 1 driver boarded per month. Now, when I put down, we'll go through it in a minute, but right here, like for example, a company driver. All of these are on the low end, okay? If I told you the top end, you wouldn't believe me, but once you board, I'll show you what the top end is. But for a company driver, the lowest one I have is $500, and that's after they start. But some of them will vary because sometimes you have to go, they'll start and you have to give them a 14-day window to make sure that driver's going to stay in that position, because if they don't, the carrier loses money. And is it bad for us? Yes, it is. I don't particularly like that. But when you're negotiating these contracts, there's already been certain things established. Just like when you're dealing with brokerage or a dispatcher, what percentage you want. It's the same thing here. Business is business. There's no way to hardly paint the face when everybody else has already set the tone. And if you have any great ideas, please share them with me. I would love the opportunity to learn something new. All right. Man, goodness. So that's going to be for a company driver. For an owner-operator, on the bottom end, they pay us $1,000. That's for that owner-operator, and that's going to be on the bottom end again. For lease purchase, lease rental, if you're into doing that type of thing, the lowest I've got is $500, and obviously they go significantly up from there. So you can see easily, if you did, let's say I told you to do 5 applications for the week. If all 5 landed and they actually went to work, what are you saying? That's $2,500 that you made. Now what I do, bringing that point up, because I didn't put it in here because I usually discuss it so I make sure you understand and I can hear the rhythm of your voice that this is not an issue. Because you have to understand how much money me or Truck Driver Nation is putting out. I do a 70-30 split. 30% comes to the company and 70% goes to you. That's me doing all the back office work and everything. But remember, you also get an additional 5% off the total gross if you recruit, if you have somebody under you. So obviously, that offsets it. So basically, if you wanted, theoretically, if you had 6 people under you, I would only suggest don't get no more than 5. But if you had 6 people under you and everybody put an application in per week, then you're already making the money back that you would have lost on the 30%. If they can significantly actually board their drivers. If they're sincere about this and you put the time and effort in, and this is not, you've got to contact, when you got a driver on board, you have to continually maintain continued communication with them every single day. So don't get 50 drivers. I can give you hundreds of drivers, but when you actually get those in what we call a pipeline, once you get them in there, then you need to make sure you pay attention to their needs every single day. All right, so what we provide at Truck Driver Nation, we're going to be providing you with the leads, the management boards, the carriers that you can provide the drivers to. If you're a carrier and you need drivers, please contact me. I would be more than appreciate to take your account on. I do got great recruiters, and they go at it every day, even as I'm sitting here. Continuous training. It's not just the training we initially give you. I've got everything, whether it's the videos I've made, things that are going to be in written format. Let's see, hands-on when we have training sessions. We do it through Zoom lots of times, but we actually turn on TikTok and do videos through there. There's other substantial things where you can do face-to-face conferences, one-on-one with me. If there's an issue you've got a problem with, all I got to do is get it straightened out for you or give you some ideas. I'm here to assist you and to help you with this. Now, all the training is done online or via teleconference. You don't have to come to no facility. Like I said, we do it by video, message boards, written scripts, and everything. So for those that are used to use written scripts, I actually got those scripts for you. And once you get the rhythm down, you're going to cut loose. This ain't like working for one of the major box chains or anything like that. You're dealing with truck drivers. These people are easygoing. They're as casual can be. They work hard. They just want a good life and to be with their families. So if you need to get a hold of me, obviously, give me a call or text me. It's going to be, I'll actually provide you the things, I guess, in the, what is it called? The profile deal at the bottom of, because these things end up going into YouTube. I keep them on a private board because I only give these to people that are basically interested. So I send these out through leads that generate my team, because I love working with truck drivers. It's my people, 26 years. It's my people. But anyways, well, if you have any questions or anything concerning this, Like I said, if you need a VA, if you're out on the road, we can easily get you one of those. As you can see, you can scale this. If you decide to build your own business, I don't mind helping you. I do consulting. I'll give you, and in that consulting package, there is obviously a fee because it costs money. Because it's cheaper than doing. I did this over years. Get all the stuff over years. So, but if you're interested in getting it, I'll be more than happy at any point. I charge a fee, but even after that fee, I don't care, man. If it's 5 years down the road, stay in contact with me. Tell me what you need. I mean, if you can, everything's got a cost in this life, man. You know the story. I'm not going to get off into religion and politics, but everything has had a price paid. So, but I'm the type of person, once the price is paid, I'm always here. But anyways, I'll leave it at that. I hope you join and give Truck Driver Nation an opportunity to generate you money for a revenue. But I'll leave it at that. I really don't have much else to say. I'm just looking at it real quick, make sure that was it. But if you want to know anything about the Philippines, ask me too. I've been here a minute. It's been an interesting location. The people are great. The opportunity to see the country has been absolutely magnificent. I've seen this whole place. I've interacted with literally every community that I was in. I didn't just sit in the room. Today is a rainy day, so that's the reason I'm doing this today. And when it rains, let me tell you, it rains. So if you don't like getting your feet wet, don't come here. But anyways, I appreciate your time and opportunity to present this message to you. Thank you. And drivers, be safe out on the road. And fellow Filipinos, hope to see you around. Hope to hear from you. Get with me while I'm here. It's still in the Philippines. It's a great opportunity to meet me face to face. And once I get back to the United States, I will be at a carrier working in their office, still doing my thing. But I told them I'd come in and work for their company, handling their recruitment department. So I don't really like being in an office, but if I had me another super sleeper, I'd be in there working there. It's just, but I like doing RGN, so you can get the time down. But thank you so much. If you have Telegram, you can get a hold of me directly on Telegram. It's a great place for me to swap files with you, and that's going to be at Truck Driver Nation. The @ Truck Driver Nation. Get on there, and I can send you files. If you need employment, get on there, and I can obviously send you carriers based on the profile that I'll give you. You fill it out, and I use that as a comparison note to make sure I'm filling your needs. I'll give you the positive and the things that you'll need to consider that may not be quite in line with what you're doing. But if it doesn't fit you 80% or more, I just don't send it, because there's a good chance that you're probably not going to be interested in it. It's just got too many things pulling back against you, because these factors are important to truck drivers. Thank you. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you on the other end.